Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm gonna go over a breakfast with bulls on my top 7 penny stocks that I do see as possible continuations going into this week and definitely going into this month. But before we get started, and quick disclaimer: anything we do mention is purely for entertainment purposes. If you guys would like financial advice, recommend you contact a financial professional. However, we have been going play by play, day by day throughout the whole year. So if you guys want to see more entries and breakouts, all you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you will be notified at a timely matter. And again, much love to everyone that does subscribe. We do go all out Monday through Friday on entries and breakouts. So again, be on the lookout for more of those. Now we are going to go into our top 7 plays. Again, these are penny stocks, and I do like these as possible continuations. I love these charts, and I'm going to go over these with you. So SOS is the first out of the 7, and again, SOS has came up quite a bit, so I wanted to show you that as well. So from the 4 hour, you can see it has came up all the way from around the $1 range and came up all the way to around $16 and came back down. Now, a lot of people are curious if it's going to continue. Now, it has came up quite a bit, so I definitely would be careful. And this one would definitely be a day trade as it has came up quite a bit. But however, we've been very bullish on SOS, and it did have a sell-off recently as it did gap up from our bull trend that we had mentioned. Again, it did sell off. We did come back up, and we're consolidating on descending wedge at this point. And we're going to see if it does break out of our 1363 range and create that as a new support. If it does not, it probably will have a resistance here and come back down and create lower highs. So again, I definitely would be careful on SOS, but if it does hold over 1363, I do plan on buying on this one for a nice day trade, as this one would have the bulls having momentum, and this is very volatile, and it could gap up like it did here. So again, we are going to see if SOS does break out and hold over 1363, and I will be doing that as my recommendation is what I'll be doing. But again, LNTX, we're going to go into the next round here. As you can see on the 4 hour, you can see we have came up a lot. We have been around the 26-cent range previously, and we did come all the way up to around $2. It did come back down, and we are consolidating. Now, this one is actually pretty funny. I don't know if you guys got a laugh out of it or not, but it actually was kind of crazy how ONTX recovered the way it did after hours on Friday. So it did come up 10% after hours. It did finish off 5% after hours. So I definitely would watch ONTX as the volume seemed to be kicking in and possibly for another run. So we are going to see if this one does break our $2 range and hold above it as a resistance. If it does not, I definitely would be careful with ONTX as it has come up quite a bit, and it does like to have pretty harsh dips when it does dip. So again, we want to make sure that it does hold over our $2 range. If it does not, we want to make sure we are careful, as this is the previous resistance when it did gap down. So we don't want to be in the middle of a gap down, of course. So we want to make sure we are holding over $2 and creating new support lines. So again, ONTX definitely on the watch as it could continue. EBON. This one is a Bitcoin play. This one, again, EBON, they did announce that they had a chip. They have a chip that they are going to announce soon as well as a part of their revenue. But they did mention that how they have a chip that they are going to come out with that's going to help them mine Litecoin and Dogecoin. Again, that'll be very bullish for EBON, as that would possibly help them follow Riot and MARA, because they believe this chip is going to be able to help them compete with the leading competitors like Riot and MARA. In my opinion, this stock is at $11, and it could possibly go up to $30, $40, and possibly follow Riot and MARA, just like they followed each other, if you guys have been following them as sympathy plays. So LGHL is a huge sympathy play for Bitcoin. This one is the cheapest of them all, in my opinion, and they do have a merger coming in March. So we do not know which date yet, but we are expecting some merger in March. So I am buying on the dip. Again, it did dip on Friday, and I am going to be buying on this dip. Again, I am going to be buying on each support line dip. So if it does break down to 461, I will buy more. And if it breaks down to 367 at this strong support, I would definitely be buying in more. So LGHL will be holding into March, waiting for that merger. And in my opinion, as a Bitcoin merger, we could possibly see this one go up to $20. As you could see, CAN is a very good indication of something that it would follow. So that's another Bitcoin play, but CAN came up to $20 pretty quickly, and we could see the same thing happening with LGHL, especially after their merger. So that would probably be like a 400% gain at that point if it did come up to $20 again. So that is my prediction on that one, and there's not a recommendation that I'll be doing. SINO had a really strong finish Friday. Again, this one did come up quite a bit, so I definitely would be careful. This one would be my day trade. This is the other day trade I was going to mention. If this does keep continuing, as it does look like it wants to break new highs here at the $11 mark, if it does hold over $11 with the volume that tries to confirm recently, I could possibly see this one breaking out, as it has been creating a nice bull trend. And I personally think it's pretty set up for a breakout. So we are going to see if this one does break over $11 and hold above it by open on Monday. So again, SINO definitely on the watch. Very bullish on this one. We have been mentioning this one. I will give you guys updates on this one as well. BCRX we have been talking about, and this one definitely gapped up. So we are going to go into the 4 hour so you can see what we've been looking at overall. We have came up quite a bit. We have been around all the way down here around the $1 range, and it came all the way up to where we're sitting at 1153 now. And we do have a resistance at 1290. Now, I do like this one as well, as it has been trying to recover. A strong recovery by them as well. So they have been selling off, and it looked like they were going to possibly gap down, but they decided to recover it. And we want to make sure that the volume does confirm here on this one, because if the volume does not confirm, then it'll come up, it'll get wicked down. And what I mean by that is the same thing that happened here. Actually, you can see that there was a huge candle wick, and it did get wicked down at the $12.90 range again. So it did come down. We want to make sure that it does come up and not get wicked down. So again, we want to make sure it holds over $12.90. If you want to play it safer, you can say you want it to hold over $13 on BCRX. If it does, in my opinion, that would be creating a support. And I could see this as a possible gap up and a huge profitable trade on a nice day trade or a possible swing trade if the volume does continue. BCRX definitely on the watch as well, as it has been recovering. So again, these are my top 7 penny stocks that I do like. My last one, actually, I want to mention this one before we do get off. SNDL. A lot of people have been wondering about this one, especially with the cannabis being in play. And I know that we have been talking about this one throughout the last month and a half. So I do want to give you an update video real quick on this one. SNDL, we have been coming down a lot. So we do see that we're trying to grab our previous support line that we had, and it did break out of previously. So I personally am long on cannabis, because I do believe that the Senate's will be able to pass this cannabis law pretty easily, at least in some states, and that'll be bullish enough for me. So SNDL, if it does open up in new states, we could see even not only it open up in states, but it could actually lead into potential more news into more investors, because they would expect for more states to be able to be legalized throughout time. So in my opinion, SNDL, I will be long on. I did buy into this one at 150, and I'm going to be buying on the dips on this one and averaging down. Again, we did buy back at 48 cents. We traded this one all the way up to $3. We did sell a little early, as this one did extend on some hype, but we did sell at a resistance that we didn't think they would continue through. So we did sell at $3. We had a huge profit on that one, but we are going to be entering back into this one around the resistance lines that we did have previously, as it could be grabbing a support. And if not, I'll be averaging down, like I said, because I'm long. And SNDL did mention about a month and a half ago that they are debt free. So that's something to consider on SNDL, as they are a penny stock. And that's very bullish for penny stocks, as I had mentioned. And SNDL, I'm very long on, as it is cannabis stock. So again, there's many other cannabis stocks like OGI and ACB that you can be looking into, but this one is the most volatile, and that's why I like SNDL the most, because it is the cheapest out of most of the cannabis stocks out there. So again, much love to everybody that has been watching our entries and breakouts. I hope you guys have been enjoying, and we called about 30-40% gainers almost every single day. So if you guys have been enjoying those, you guys know what to do. And if you guys do have a watch list, throw it in the comment section. Anything on your mind, throw it in the comment section. And again, much love to everybody that has been subscribing and showing me love in the comment section. You guys are amazing. Again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.